Welcome back. Our area has produced plenty of NHL, NBA, NFL, and MLB players over the years. What we don't have are many guys who've had long careers on the PGA Tour. The man behind me, Jay Delsing, did just that. We spotlight him tonight with the help of photographer Randy Schwenkert. We give you the Jay Delsing story. Of the 83 competitors in the Ascension Charity Classic field, no one has walked this course as many times as 60-year-old Jay Delsing.
So many memories here, so much that I've never had to deal with in a round before. And there's a lot of benefit to that, right? Because I know the golf course so well. I told someone the other day, Frank, there's no place on this West course that I haven't hit it. Hit it in the swimming pool, I've hit it, and I still hold the course record.
That sums up the career of Delsing, and perhaps many more on the tour. The highs and lows. Delsing was a phenom as a kid. He was breaking par at age 14. After graduating from SLU High, he became a two-time All-American at UCLA. But that's when golf wasn't vogue, and even his family at times wasn't that impressed.
Fourth of 5 kids, and it was kind of like, how'd you do at dinner, the dinner table? And I said, oh, you know, I shot 68 and won the tournament. Like, oh, that's great, pass the potatoes, you know? After
UCLA, Delsing turned pro right away, and he won 3 professional events.
The third time is a charm.
Things were going well, balls were going in the hole that hadn't been going in, bounces were cooperating. Probably things, Frank, that you couldn't even see were happening in your benefit. Say you drive over a hill somewhere and you might be borderline on a par 5 of being in the fairway and not. You get a nice kick in the fairway, knock it on the green, make an eagle. If it goes in the rough, you might be laying up and not even make a birdie. It could be a 2-shot swing and you're not even aware of it.
However, despite that swing out of Golf Digest and being the tallest player on tour at 6'5", Delsing has not won a PGA event. About 20 years and almost 600 tourneys.
But when you're out there missing cuts, Frank, and you're lost, your fades are drawing and your putts are lipping out and you're not, those were the toughest times. Those were, you know, when I called people to try to get help with my game, and oftentimes the teachers that I sought didn't make me better, they made me worse. And there were some cyclical parts that I fell into that were just awful.
And heartbreaking too. 1995 Memphis St. Jude Classic. Delsing, who's tied for the lead on the 17th hole, hit his drive off the CBS golf cart, which shouldn't have been there, which they moved quickly afterwards. The ball would have kept going left and he would have had a shot. Jay had to punch out instead and lost by a stroke.
Lance Barrow was a friend of mine with CBS. He's like, we're really sorry, you know, about that golf cart. And I'm like, what golf cart?
However, there isn't an ounce of bitterness in Delsing when it comes to golf. The man has shot 60 in a practice round, 61 in a tournament round, and a 64 once at Norwood Hills.
I love the fact that I got so lucky to be involved in this game. It's done so much for my family, for my daughters. It's provided. I've met people. I've played places. It's done things for me that no other job could have done, and I couldn't be more fortunate.
Delsing has met and played with some people, all right, and not just Hall of Fame golfers.
The coolest guy, no disrespect to those Hall of Fame and legends, was Sean Connery. When I was 18 years old, he taps me on the shoulder. I'm standing on the putting green at Bel Air Country Club, and he says, young man, would you care to play 9 holes with me? And I turn around, and because I recognize that voice, and I'm like, holy, it's James Bond.
Delsing wants to be the man with the golden touch at Norwood Hills Country Club. Imagine winning a tourney just 15 minutes away from where you grew up. Finally a home game after a career spent on the road.
I could wave a wet magic wand. This is my week. I'd give up everything else to win this week. Right here.
Of all the golfers on this side of the river, Delsing has played in the most PGA events in his distinguished career. In less than 2 weeks, he'll be teeing it up against some of the greatest golfers of all time. We'll be right back.